Hey guys, it's me again. My name is Ivan. My alias is Dreamframer. This is my second video from the series about stock photography and how to sell your photos online. And today we are going to be talking about tools you need to create, edit, and upload photos for sale. Before we move to the list of things you need to successfully sell your photos, let me answer one question that people often ask me. They say, why do you need another agency or website to sell your photos? Why can't you just make your own website and try to sell photos over there? Well, the answer is pretty simple. These agencies that sell photos online are there for years. They have their established database of customers. They have their established database of images. Some of the agencies have more than 100 million images online. So, can you really compete with that? We all know that being on the first page of Google is crucial to success. Unless you are a very successful photographer and well-established name, people will not find your photos. So, what we can do is we can actually use these agencies in our advantage. We can use the whole machine they built in our advantage, use their search engines and use their customers to present our photos and have much higher exposure than with our own website. Now let's move to our list of things or tools that you need to successfully sell your photos online. The first thing you need is, of course, a camera. What kind of camera do you need to create stock photography? Back in the day when I was starting, it was basically impossible to get your photo accepted by any agency if it wasn't taken with a higher quality camera like DSLR camera. Nowadays, however, the game changed. With social networks like Instagram, customers started looking for different kind of photography. They want photography that looks like those photos that people post on Facebook and Instagram. They want those filters that people use all the time. Also, our cell phones now have much better cameras than they had 5 years ago. And because of all this, many agencies started accepting images taken with a cell phone. Some of the agencies even have their own apps for Android and iPhone that people use to edit, tag, and submit their photos for sale. That being said, if you don't have an expensive camera, don't think that you can't sell your photos. Work with what you have, and in time, when you start earning money, you're gonna buy a better equipment. You're gonna buy some lights, you're gonna buy a better camera, you're gonna buy tripods, you're gonna buy everything you need to make higher quality photos. Second tool we need is, of course, a computer or a tablet. You can also use your cell phone to edit these photos. As I mentioned before, there are agencies that have their own apps for Android and iPhone, and people use these apps to upload photos for sale. However, I don't really advise using your phone to edit photos just because the screen on the phone is usually very small. Regarding the software, there are of course paid options and free options. Two of the most popular paid options are probably Photoshop and Lightroom. They are both products by Adobe and widely used. I personally use Photoshop because I got used to it. There are many free apps for your Android or Apple device, and of course, there are options for your computer. One of those programs that you can download for free and use is called Gimp, and I posted the link to it in the description of this video. The next important thing is the monitor. The monitor needs to be calibrated. Why is that? Well, if your monitor is not calibrated and you are editing your photo and you are super happy how it looks like, and then you send that photo to another person and that person takes a look at the photo using a different monitor, they can be disappointed because the white balance can be off, the colors can be off, and you want to avoid that. You want your photo to look nice on any kind of monitor. Calibrating monitor is not complicated. There is a website that can help you with this, and I posted the link down there in the description. You can use this website to go through all the tests and try to match the optimum result with your monitor. If your monitor is not a very expensive one, don't expect 100% optimal results. It's usually enough to get as close as you can. A little piece of advice to laptop users: please try avoiding using the touchpad to edit photos. The touchpad is too small, it's not precise, and you're gonna get really frustrated when you do those little touch-ups. Find any kind of a mouse, it's gonna be much easier. If you want to invest a little bit of money, you can buy a graphic tablet. My graphic tablet is probably 7 years old. It still does all the job that I need. Now, when we have all these tools and we have our talent, we can start making some nice photos. But the work doesn't end there. When you make a nice photo, customers have to find it. So how do they find it? Well, there are tools that you can use to easily add keywords or tags, as some people call them, to those photos. So when customers search for a certain term, they're gonna find your photo. After the tagging is completed, the photo is ready to be uploaded for sale. Creating an account at any of the agencies that sell photos online is really easy. There is one little thing, however. Some of the agencies require you to submit the first batch of photos, and then if they're happy with it, they're gonna accept you. If they're not, you have to try again and again and again. Eventually, I'm sure you're gonna do it. It took me 3 times to get into Shutterstock, for example. When the photo is uploaded, it gets processed by the website and it shows up on your profile page. Over there, you can do the final review. You can change some keywords if you want to, the description or the title. And at some agencies, there is an option to put the photo in certain categories, so customers can find the photo if they look through categories. When you do this, the only thing that's left is clicking a submit button. Clicking the submit button sends the photo to review, and then you just have to wait. If your photo passes the review, it's on for sale. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please subscribe. In my next videos, I'm gonna be explaining these steps that we talked about in details. So again, my name is Ivan, my alias is Dreamframer, and bye for now. See you in the next video.